Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone. Okay, so I'm sorry that I recall inform all of you quite a bit late about my call and taking a leave for today. Okay, but then I do hope that all of you enjoy, even though we are in a moment of a recall session of online class here. Boleh dengar ke saya cakap ni? Kelas?
Boleh, sir.
Boleh. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so nampak apa yang saya share sekarang ni? Guys, girls, can you see what I'm sharing with you right now?
Nampak, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are now in the, we call the first part of the new topics of topic 7, trigonometric functions. Okay, so for this topic, we are going to look into, we call, to find the angle and get to know we done all the term of sine, cos, tangent, cosecant, cotangent, and also secant. Okay. So today we are going to find out, recall, state the trigonometric ratios. Okay, for example, sorry sekejap. Ada yang baru masuk ke? Okay, so sine, cos, and tangent and all this, which I think that all of you have read the notes earlier. Okay, so express the sum of, recall, the particular term of recall of trigonometric identities and connection between all of them. And we use some special angles. So for special angles, you are talking about, recall, is that we call special angles of 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree. Okay, and find the angle of trigonometric equations and use the basic trigonometric identities as you see here now. Okay, guys, start. Okay, I'll explain to you earlier, even though might be there's a, we call, kita kata proving of all this, we call all these identities here. Okay, so let's take a look at this one where sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, from here, if we, let's say equation 1, let equation 1 divide by sine square theta. So look at this one here. Sine square theta divided by sine square theta plus cos square theta divided by sine square theta equal to 1 over sine square theta. So sine square divided by sine square equal to 1. Cos square, cos theta divided by sine theta equal to cotangent theta, or cotangent is also equal to 1 over tangent theta. Okay, so cos square divided by sine square equal to cotangent square theta, and 1 over sine square. 1 over sine square is cosecant square theta. So look at this one here now. Any equation of these two that similar with this one? This one here. Okay. 1 plus cotangent square theta equal to cosecant square theta. Okay. Let's say from equation 1 again, let's say we divide by cos square theta. So sine square theta divided by cos square theta plus cos square theta divided by cos square theta equal to 1 over cos square theta. So sine over cos, sine theta over cos theta equal to tangent theta. So sine square divided by cos square equal to tangent square theta. Cos square divided by cos square equal to 1. And 1 over cos square equal to secant square theta. So you will get exactly the same as this one here. 1 over tangent square. Okay, tangent square plus 1 or 1 plus what tangent square equal to secant square theta. So these two comes from the identities of sine square plus cos square equal to 1. Okay, so I recorded this video, of our discussion lecture for this morning. So you may, what we call, nanti saya akan I'll upload to YouTube after this. So you can just simply watch the videos again. So now, for any acute angle, acute in this term here is where the theta lies in between 0 to 90 degree. 0 to 90 means that the angle, the full angle of this, that where we sometimes, because mostly we will make this as this one here. Okay. Sudut tegak. Okay, we might this because we do this sign at this angle here shows that this is 90 degree. So look at the pictures of this one here. Theta lies in between 0 and 90. Let's say theta here is 40 degree. So 40 is lies in between 0 until 90 degree. Okay, so we have theta here and we have 90 minus theta. So class, the whole angle, of let's say, okay, the whole angle, the inside angle of this we call a triangle, alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so we have 90 degree here. So theta and this one here, let's say I make this one as an theta alpha. So according to this, alpha plus theta and plus this 90 degree, 90 degree plus with theta plus alpha equal to 180 degree. So there are 6 trigonometric ratios which each of which is defined be referring to right angle triangle or containing theta. Okay, so now sine theta, if this is our theta here, ada yang baru masuk tak nampak masuk ke? Sekejap. Oh, tak ada. Okay. So, we are going to come up with this sine, cos, tangent and all this because sometimes when we have an angle somewhere around, we need to define the value of theta by using the sine, cos and tangent. Okay, now sine we define as opposite. Sine we define as an opposite of that opposite of the angle here divided by hypotenuse of r. Okay, opposite divided by hypotenuse, and then cos adjacent of x divided by hypotenuse. Tangent equal to opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, so these three are the basic trigonometric term, and cosecant is 1 over sine, secant is 1 over cos, and cotangent is 1 over tangent. Okay, look at this one here now, where tangent is opposite divided by adjacent, so cotangent is 1 over tangent. Sine theta over cos theta equal to tangent theta also. Okay, So in this case, if cotangent theta equal to 1 over tangent theta, which is also equal to cos theta divided by sin theta. Terbalikkan daripada tangent, 1 over tangent. Okay. Okay, so okay, class. Um, 3, 4, okay, 3, 4, and 5, we referring to this, we call the side of this, 5, 3, and 4, we refer to the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, which is x square plus y square equal to z square. So this, let's say if we define this as an x, this is as a y, and this is we call the hypotenuse, which is considered as a z. So look at this one here now. For example, 4 square plus 3 square. 4 and 3, so 4 square and 3 square equal to 4 square equal to 16 plus 3 square equal to 9. So then 16 plus 9, which is 25. This is an x square plus y square equal to z square. So this is x square. 3 square we consider as a y square. And the result of this is we consider as a z square, which is 25. So the z equal to, even though, okay, class, even though last time we said there's x square equal to a, where x equal to plus minus square root of a. Okay. But then in this case, we are talking about the distance, where distance cannot be negative. So we're taking the positive only, where z equal to 5. So we get 5 here. Okay. And now, okay, cos adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Tangent equal to opposite divided by adjacent. 3 divided by 4. 3 over 4. And cosecant. Cosecant is 1 over sine. 1 over sine theta. Where sine theta equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Okay. Where sine theta equal to opposite 3 divided by hypotenuse 5. So cosecant is 1 over sine. So the opposite of this 3 over 5. Bring this up and bring this down here. Okay, switch the position. Then they come out with 5 over 3. Okay, secant is 1 over cos. So if cos theta is 4 over 5, then secant is 5 over 4. Cotangent also the opposite of recall, the position of tangent, 3 over 4, they become 4 over 3. And I think that we forgot something. Oh, we given the sine theta equal to 3 over 5. So if tangent theta equal to negative 1 over 2, and theta is the fourth quadrant, find the secant theta and cosecant theta. Okay, now class. Okay, look at this. Tangent of theta, where theta is an angle, sudut. Theta is an angle, and tangent theta equal to negative. Okay, as we know that tangent equal to, okay, tangent theta equal to opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, opposite bertentangan, adjacent bersebelahan. Okay, adjacent maksudnya bersebelahan. Okay, tangent equal to opposite divided by adjacent, and theta is in the fourth quadrant. So when we talk about this, we have first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, and this is our reference for this kind of question where first quadrant is positive for all sine, cos, and tangent. Okay, where first quadrant is positive for all sine, cos, and tangent. Second quadrant, sukuan kedua, is a positive for sine, theta. Okay, but then for cos theta and tangent theta, they are all both negative. And the third quadrant, where this is the positive for tangent, but then cos and sine, it gives you negative value. Okay, and in the fourth quadrant is only cos positive for cos theta, but sine and tangent, which is both are negative. So look at this one here now. This all positive, but then in second quadrant is positive only for sine, third quadrant is only positive for tangent, and fourth quadrant positive only for cos theta. Okay, so look at this one here now. Tangent theta, well, theta is like, okay, tangent theta and theta in the fourth quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant here. This is the first, second, third, and fourth. So, tangent is opposite divided by adjacent, meaning that opposite 1 divided by adjacent, square root of 2. Okay, and because uh, in fourth quadrant is only positive for cos. Okay, it's only positive for cos, so tangent theta will give you the negative value. Okay, so secant is 1 over cos theta and cosecant. Okay, secant is 1 over cos. So means that we need to find the cos theta first, where cos theta equal to cos adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is square root of 2 divided by square root of 3. And sine theta equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse, which is 1 over square root of 3. So secant is 1 over cos. So opposite of the original cos here, it becomes square root of 3 divided by square root of 2. And cosecant is 1 over sine. And sine theta is 1 over 3. Sine is negative here, sorry. So then sine theta equal to negative 1 over 3. Then cosecant is 1 over sine, and it become negative square root of 3. Okay. So then sine theta minus, okay, 90 minus theta. This is 90 degree. This is theta, and this is, let's say, alpha. So just imagine that if this was considered as an angle of alpha, okay, angle of alpha, sine this, okay, sine of this alpha equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Just now we talk about the sine, cos, and tangent for theta. Now we talk about the we call the other angles, which is 90 degree minus theta, and we name it as an alpha. So sine of alpha, now the opposite of this is different from the opposite of theta. So the opposite of alpha, opposite, which is x divided by hypotenuse, x divided by r. Okay. And then x divided by r is also considered as an cos of theta. Okay, x divided by y. Okay, for this one here now, cos theta. Okay, so now, really, okay, so cos 90 minus theta. Cos 90 minus theta, cos adjacent divided by hypotenuse, y divided by r. And sine theta, sine opposite divided by hypotenuse. So sine theta equal to cos alpha. This is sine alpha equal to cos theta and tangent alpha equal to cotangent theta. Okay. Next. So this is what we call, this I mentioned just now about special angles. We have 30, 45, and 60. So guys, this is our two reference of triangles. We done 90-degree, we have 60 and 30. And this is also another triangles where these two with the equal angle we call angles of 45 and 45, and we have 90 here. So guys, girls, for example, okay, so let's say tangent 30 degree. 30-degree tangent is opposite divided by adjacent, which is 1 over square root of 3. Sine 30-degree. Sine opposite divided by hypotenuse, 1 over 2. And cos 30-degree equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is square root of 3 divided by 2. So, and then, now look at this one, 60. So, tangent 60-degree. Now, for 60-degree, we call the tangent is different from 30 because the facing of opposite of 60 is different the opposite of 30. Okay, the opposite of 60, which is equal to square root of 3 divided by adjacent. So we have square root of 3 divided by 1. Sine 60-degree. Sine opposite divided by hypotenuse, square root of 3 divided by 2. And cos 60-degree, which is adjacent divided by hypotenuse, 1 over 2. Okay, and look at this one here now. Tangent 45, sine 45, and cos 45-degree. Okay, you may take any of this because both with us equal value, which is 45-degree. So I just take this one here now. So opposite tangent. For tangent is opposite divided by adjacent, which is 1. 1 divided by 1 equal to 1. Sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse, 1 over square root of 2. And cos also, we call adjacent divided by hypotenuse, 1 over square root of 2. So look at this one here. Sine 30, 45, and 60. Sine 30, 1 over 2. Sine 60, square root of 3 divided by 2. And sine 45 is 1 over square root of 2. Okay. They go here. There's actually one formula. Nanti kalau saya teringat, saya akan patah balik ke sini. 1 over 2, 1 over square root of 2, and this one here. Mana saya lupa lah. Okay. You just remember this first, then if I remember, I recall, mungkin kalau saya ingat, mungkin waktu kelas lain saya akan terangkan. From here, jump to this and jump to this. There's a simple formula to get all this. If you said, let's say when you are sitting for a quiz or examination, you can just simply remember the value of the sine, cos, and tangents for any for special angles. Okay. Then for this one, saya terlupa. Nanti saya akan cuba ingat balik. So this is a graph of sine, graph of cos, and graph of tangent. Okay. So for 90 degree, sine 90 degree equal to 1. Sine 180 equal to 0. Sine 100 negative 270 equal to negative 1. And sine 360 equal to 0. Class, when they ask for special angles, mostly I'm referring to the graph because by visualizing, recall saya rasa lebih mudah untuk saya ingat. Okay, but it's all up to you then. Okay, and then for the concept of changing from degree to radian, this is it. So now, prove that cos 60 equal to 1 tangent square 30 and 1 plus tangent square 30. Okay, so now cos 60, meaning that in this case, by question of proving here, we begin from the right side. And our final answer should end with the cos of 60 degree. Okay, so 1 minus tangent square 30 degree. So what is the special angle of tangent 30? Tangent 30 degree. Okay, sorry. Tangent 30 degree, which is 1 over sec 3 or square of 3. So we are using the special angle where we can simply substitute here and here. So 1 minus 1 over square of 3 in bracket square, and this one here. This one is going to give you, okay, so 1 square is 1, square of 3 square equal to 3 and also 3. And this one will come up with, okay, 1 minus 1 over 3. Consider this as an 3 over 3, and also here 3 over 3. So 3 over 3 minus 1 over 3, there you go, 2 over 3. Divide by 3 over 3 plus 1 over 3, 4 over 3. So bring this up here side by side and change the position of this 4 over 3, then bring up here become 3 over 4. So then, so it is equal to 1 over 2. So what is the value of cos 60 degree? Yes, 1 over 2. Okay. So you just double check with the table of a special angle just now and make sure that, recall, the value of half is equal to cos 60 degree. Okay. So now for this one here, we are going to use the table of special angle. Okay. Secant is 1 over cos. 1, okay. Secant 30 degree is 1 over cos 30 degree. So we need to find cos 30 degree first. Cos 30 degree equal to what? Okay, never mind. I just click that, recall the solution here. Okay. um, Cos 30 degree, if according to this one here, it is 1 over cos is square root of 3 divided by 2. Am I right? Betul ke? Sekejap. Okay. So cos 30 degree, yes, square root of 3 divided by 2. So secant is 1 over cos, then this one come out with, no, 2 divided by square root of 3. So this is secant 30 degree. Tangent 60. Okay, please refer to this one, this page. The page that you have, we call the table for special angles. Okay, so tangent 60 equal to square root of 3, sine 45, 1 over square root of 2. And then cosecant 45, cosecant is 1 over sine. So cosecant here is 1 over sine 45 degree. So sine 45 degree, sine 45 equal to 1 over square root of 2. Okay, 1 over square root of 2. So 1 divided by 1 over square root of 2, then cosecant, that becomes square root of 2. Cosecant, cos and cotangent. So we are now playing with all the basic angle, we call basic trigonometric function of sine, cos, and tangent. Then we have sine, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Okay, from here. So we have this set 3 divided by set 3, set 2 divided by set 2, and set 3 divided by set 3 here. Then finally is 7 over 2. Sorry. Okay, acute angle, right angle. So right angle, 90 degree. Okay, there is something like this. Obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means that an angle, I call the value of angle, which is between 90 and 180 degree. Meaning, this angle from here, it end up in the second quadrant. And reflex angle, any angles that lies, okay, might be from here, it end up in third quadrant or end up in any angle of anywhere somewhere in fourth quadrant. Okay, so look at this one here. All positive, sine, tangent, cos, called cosine. So dalam bahasa Melayu, kalau cikgu kamu ajar admaths dulu, if your teachers in admaths last time in form 4 and form 5 teach you in bahasa Melayu, so they use the term of S T K. S stand for semua. Semua means that sine, cos, and tangent are positive. The second S is for sine, where sine is positive. T, tangent positive only, and in the fourth quadrant, K, cos positive only. Okay. In English, we might say that we call the short form of A, S, T, C. Okay, K or C. A stands for all. All means that semua sine, cos, and tangent are positive. Second quadrant is for sine. Third quadrant is only for tangent. And fourth quadrant is only for cos. Okay, SSTK or ASTC, something like that. Okay, positive and negative angle. Okay, class. Sine negative 330. So this, we imagine that, okay, we begin to find the angle starting from here. Okay, sine, okay, look at this one here. Negative 330 means that the angle of 330 degree, when we have negative inside, means that we call the circulation of we call to find the angle. If sine 330 degree, okay, 330 degree, direction is an anti-clockwise direction. Arah lawan jam is for sine 330 degree. So then opposite of this, when we have sine negative 330, then from here is an clockwise direction. Okay, class, with me slowly. 90 degree, negative 90 degree, negative 180, negative 270, and negative 330, somewhere around here. So it end up here. This is negative 330 degree, where negative stands for the direction which is clockwise direction. It end up here. So look at, we need to find out what is the angle here. Okay, so it is negative 360 degree minus 330 degree. So the full circulation of this is 360. Okay, 360. But then because we end up until 330, so we need to find the angle of this, which is 360 minus 330 equal to negative 30 degree. Okay, now, okay, negative sine 330. Okay, sine negative 330, we also can just leave it and we can put this as a negative sine 330. Okay, so direction, it end up here 360 minus negative 330. Okay, now class, even though it's a negative sign, but because of this angle, end up in the first quadrant here, in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant is where all sine, cos, and tangent are positive. So automatically we come out with sine 30 degree. Okay, again, first negative 330 referring to the direction of this 330 of clockwise direction, arah jam, pusingan arah jam. First. Second, we counted for 330, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270, negative 330. So it's end up here. Okay. So first is that the negative is for the we call the direction. Second, 330. We end up here in the first quadrant, and then we need to find this angle. So this angle is 360. The full circulation of the angle, which is 360 minus 330. So we got this one here is 30 degree. But then, because we end up in the first quadrant where all sine, cos, and tangent are positive, so then automatically all become positive here, sine of 30 degree. Okay, so sine 30 degree equal to 1 over square root of 2. Okay, now cos negative. So negative 225 means that it start from here, and if we call the angle, we call the clockwise direction, negative 90, negative 180, negative 225. Okay, and then for basic angle, just now for basic angle of this, because we lie in the first quadrant, the basic angle is between this line and the x-axis. Between this line, yang garis berhenti ni, berhentian apa, sempadan T ni, okay, the angle between this line and x-axis. Okay. Now, because the we call is a clockwise direction, negative 90, negative 180, negative 225, it end up here. So we are going to find the angle between this line and x-axis. So that's why we come up with 225 minus 180 because half of this is 180. So 225 minus 180, this is 45. Okay. But then in second quadrant is all positive only for sine. So if that's so, then this one here come out with negative cos 45 because uh, cos and tangent for these two are negative. We end up in the second quadrant here. Okay, so then cos 100 negative 225 is cos 235. This one here, and then negative cos 45 degree because it lies in the second quadrant, then it is negative 1 over 2. So find out what is cos 45. Cos 45 is 1 over square root of 2. So negative is waiting outside. Okay, trigonometric identities. I mentioned this all of you earlier. And of which I think that, okay, kelas, saya dah tunjukkan ini awal tadi. Okay. And from the we call identities, we divide by cos square, then it gives you secant square equal to 1 plus tangent square. And also this one here, cosecant square equal to cotangent square plus 1. So all these identities are important that you need to remember, but don't forget, don't be worried because in examination they should give you this. Okay. Okay. So now, class, for this kind of question, sometimes we can begin from left side, and sometimes we can begin from right side. Depend on the question, and then sometimes the substitution of the we call the kita kata penggunaan the usage of identity. Sometimes if we use the different one and it makes our life miserable or make our life hard. Okay, so let's say for this one, I'll try my best from sine theta plus cos theta square plus sine theta, oh no, minus sorry, cos theta square. Okay, for this one, sine square plus cos square, pen dah mula dah, dia start meragam. Sine square theta. Okay, for this one, expand of this is just like a plus b square equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, sine square theta plus 2 sine theta cos theta, okay, plus cos square theta. Okay, the expansion of this is all here. Plus with, okay, now we're going to expand this one, which is sine square theta, then negative minus 2 sine theta cos theta, okay, and then this one here plus cos square theta. Okay, so look at these two. So 2 sine theta plus cos theta minus 2 sine theta cos theta, which I think that is cancelling between these two. Okay, now sine square plus cos square. And another of sine square plus cos square. So class sine square, dia terhenti pula, sorry, pen problem. So then sine square plus cos square equal to 1, and another of sine square plus cos square equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Okay, now for this one here now, 1 minus cosecant square and 1 plus tangent square. You may begin from the left side or right side. It's all up to you then. For which I think that we're going to begin the process from the right side. 1 minus cosecant square. Okay. Class, do you have any idea from where we suddenly come up with this one here? Okay. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay. This is equation 1. Sine square divided by sine square equal to 1. Cos square divided by sine square. Cos over sine is cotangent. And 1 over sine square, 1 over cosecant square theta. Again, sine square plus cos square equal to 1. Just now we divide by sine square. Now divide by cos square. Sine square over cos square, tangent square theta. Cos square divided by cos square equal to 1. And 1 over cos square equal to secant square theta. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So now 1 minus cosecant square, 1 minus cosecant square class, let's say this one. Okay, from here, 1 plus cotangent square theta equal to cosecant square theta. So bring this one to the side, then become cotangent square theta equal to cosecant 1 over cosecant square theta minus 1. So if I multiply this with negative and also negative here, so negative times cotangent, negative cotangent square theta equal to, okay, negative times cosecant square, negative cosecant square. Negative 1 multiplied with negative 1 equal to 1 minus cosecant square theta. So you get this one here. And 1 minus cosecant square theta equal to negative cotangent theta. So that's why this one we equal to negative cotangent square theta. So you try by yourself how to get this. Okay, from here, 1 minus tangent square, 1 minus 1 plus tangent square straightly equal to secant square theta. Okay. Negative cotangent is cos square theta divided by sine square theta. And then secant is 1 over cos square theta. So cos square divided by cos square, then become negative 1 over sine square theta. And 1 over sine is cosecant. So 1 over sine square is cosecant square. And negative, we got negative cosecant square theta. Okay. Okay, never mind kelas. Kamu boleh tengok balik video apa rakaman ni kemudian. Saya akan upload kemudian di YouTube kemudian. Okay, example 7 for this one here. For this case, they begin the process from the right side. Okay. Sekejap eh. Okay, so now 1 over cos. Okay, for this one here, they come up with kita kata opposite ataupun conjugate of this 1 plus sin theta and 1 minus sin theta. Okay, so then cos theta times 1 equal to cos theta. Cos theta multiplied with negative sin theta equal to negative cos theta sin theta. And multiplication of these two, you're going to give you 1 minus sine square theta. Okay, look at this one here now. From sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1, then cos theta or cos square theta equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So 1 minus sine square theta equal to cos square theta. Okay. So now in this case is something that we call x minus xy divided by x squared. Okay, so it's just like x divided by x squared minus xy divided by x squared. So x divided by 1 over x and x divided by 1 over x. So then, okay, 1 over cos. So cos divided by 1 over cos. Sekejap ya. So cos divided by 1 over cos and cos divided by 1 over cos. So you get 1 over cos and sine over cos. So 1 over cos is secant theta minus sine over cos is tangent theta. Okay. Okay, so now class, we almost at the end of the discussion or lecture for part 1 of trigonometric function. Okay, class. After this, please do reply or give a feedback to me. Sebab kelas kita hari Rabu cuti, saya kena ganti. But then if you don't mind, during this satu masa dalam cuti ni, saya nak buat percepatkan sikit. So kuliah hari Rabu minggu depan kita ganti sejam dan kita ekstrakan sejam lagi supaya kamu boleh laju cepat dalam untuk topik 7 part 2 dengan part 3 nanti. So Jumaat, the next week of Friday, we're gonna learn, get into the part 4 of this topic, and we end up by next week. So the other weeks, then we may begin with a new topic of limit and continuity. So dalam cuti ni cuba fikirkan satu masa yang you all tak ada kelas lain, yang rasa ramai free, kita boleh buat untuk 2 jam. And and harapnya boleh ramai waktu tu, yang ramai boleh masuk lah. Okay. So this is it for a while, and we're going to continue or expand our discussion of this in the next part. So that's all for today, guys and girls. Happy holiday. Take care of yourself. Help your parents. And hopefully that we're going to meet again in our class by next week after the break. And that's all for today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a nice day. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Happy
Thank
holiday,
you,
sir.
sir.